Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Adam Pearce was absent from this week's WWE Raw. Filling in for him, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis took over the duties for the Red Brand. Pearce was away from his General Manager role on the April 28, 2025, episode of Raw due to doctor's orders. As a result, Aldis stepped in as his replacement and made several decisions during the Monday night show. One notable announcement was the one-on-one match between Pat McAfee and Gunther at the Backlash Premium Live event, scheduled for May 10, 2025, in St. Louis, Missouri. On X/Twitter, WWE asked fans to share their comments on whether they liked Nick Aldis running the flagship show. Following a beatdown of Sami Zayn by Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, under Paul Heyman's guidance, Adam Pearce quipped sarcastically about the SmackDown GM's control of Raw. Adam Pearce heavily praised the former WWE champion. For those unaware, the Raw general manager was involved in a brief storyline with Roman Reigns back in 2021. On the orders of the head of the table, Pearce faced Shinsuke Nakamura on an episode of SmackDown in a gauntlet match. However, interference from the OG Bloodline members led to the Scrap Iron becoming an unlikely challenger for Reigns' then Universal title at the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. However, ahead of the PLE, Pearce tricked the OTC, stating he was not medically clear, and Kevin Owens would replace him at the event. In an interview with Gorilla Position, Adam Pearce put over the OTC and claimed no one can match the sheer magnitude of the former WWE champion. This may come as a surprise to people who have witnessed, perhaps, some mystery that I've had with this individual. But I don't think you can deny the greatness today, nor will you in the future be able to deny the relevancy, the impact, the sheer magnitude of Roman Reigns, he said. Only time will tell whether Adam Pearce returns to Monday Night Raw next week or if Nick Aldis continues on the Red Brand for a while. In a bombshell twist that left WWE fans stunned and the locker room buzzing, Adam Pearce has broken his silence following his unexpected replacement on Monday Night Raw. Just hours after Nick Aldis and Roman Reigns made a shocking joint appearance on the Red Brand, seemingly sidelining Pearce's authority, WWE's longest-serving on-screen official sent out a cryptic yet emotionally charged message that has everyone asking, has Adam Pearce finally had enough? The sudden power shift on Raw. It was a moment no one saw coming. As the show kicked off in its usual high-energy fashion, the WWE Universe was expecting General Manager Adam Pearce to set the tone for the night. Instead, to the shock of everyone watching, SmackDown GM Nick Aldis marched down the ramp with an air of confidence and a clipboard in hand. Behind him? None other than the Tribal Chief himself, Roman Reigns, returning to Raw for the first time in nearly a year. The message was clear, things had changed. And Adam Pearce wasn't in the building. Aldis and Reigns entered the ring together and proceeded to make blockbuster announcements, including a new Raw exclusive tournament for a tribal title and the addition of several SmackDown superstars to the Raw roster. The most telling line of the night came from Aldis, WWE is in the business of shaking things up, and sometimes that means taking charge where others have failed. Pearce responds, watch what happens next. While the WWE Universe exploded online, speculating whether Pearce had been fired, demoted, or blindsided by internal politics, the man himself took to X, formerly Twitter, and dropped a one-line post that set social media ablaze. Watch what happens next. #Raw #game on. Within minutes, the tweet had over 100,000 likes and sparked a storm of replies. Fans, superstars, and insiders alike flooded the post with theories. Was Pearce planning a counter-strike? Was he blindsided? Or was this all part of a bigger storyline, one that could culminate in a major power struggle for control of WWE? Backstage reactions, shock, support, and shade. Multiple WWE insiders are reporting that Adam Pearce was visibly frustrated backstage after learning that Aldis and Reigns would be running point on Raw. One source stated, Pearce had no idea this was coming. He wasn't even scheduled for TV until next week. This was a straight-up coup. Others backstage showed support for Pearce. Sami Zayn reportedly told a crew member, Pearce always had our backs. He was the only one who treated this show like a family. On the flip side, one Judgment Day member was overheard mocking Pearce's soft management style, saying, he let the inmates run the asylum. Even Corey Graves addressed the shakeup on his podcast after the bell, stating, it's no secret Pearce was holding things together with duct tape. Maybe WWE needed someone like Aldis to light a fire. But doing it this way? That's cold. Is Roman Reigns taking over Raw? The presence of Roman Reigns on Raw raises a major question: why now? Some believe the Bloodline storyline is expanding beyond SmackDown, and that Reigns is asserting his dominance across brands in response to Solo Sikoa's growing independence. Others think this could signal the beginning of a Reigns-led takeover of Raw, possibly establishing a new version of the Authority, with Reigns and Aldis as its figureheads. During Raw, Reigns looked right into the camera and said, "It's not about brands anymore. It's about power. And power goes where I go." The line felt less like a promo and more like a warning, to Pearce, to Raw's locker room, and to WWE itself. Pearce's last stand? Sources close to Adam Pearce say the WWE official has been quietly building alliances of his own. After his cryptic tweet, rumors began swirling that he's been in talks with key veterans and rising stars, people who felt marginalized under Reigns' bloodline reign or Aldis' executive style. Names like Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Cody Rhodes, and even CM Punk have been floated as potential allies if Pearce decides to fight back. One insider teased, "Pearce may be quiet, but he's not out. He's preparing for war, and when he strikes, it'll be loud." Fan reactions: Justice for Pearce trends number 1. Within an hour of Raw going off the air, #Justice for Pearce was the top trending topic worldwide. Fans expressed outrage that Pearce had been ousted without explanation. Many praised his work ethic, his patience dealing with chaos week after week, and his ability to keep WWE Raw from falling into complete anarchy during the Judgment Day's reign of terror. Memes poured in, portraying Pearce as Jon Snow before the Battle of the Bastards, or comparing Aldis to Littlefinger pulling strings behind the scenes. One viral tweet read, "Pearce kept Raw alive during the darkest days. This is the thanks he gets? Nah. We're with you, Scrap Daddy." What's next? A Raw civil war? WWE's creative team is reportedly planning a brand identity reset, and the Pearce-Aldis dynamic may be at the center of it. With Reigns dipping into Raw territory, and rumors of a draft being scrapped altogether, insiders are teasing the idea of a brandless WWE, where authority figures fight for power, not just TV time. Could we see Aldis and Reigns enforcing their will across both shows while Pearce builds an underground resistance? Is WWE planting the seeds for a long-term storyline where Pearce, betrayed and humiliated, rises as the ultimate disruptor? Or is this the beginning of the end for Adam Pearce and WWE? Final thoughts: don't count Pearce out just yet. Adam Pearce's history in pro wrestling is one of survival and resilience. He's weathered the chaos of multiple WWE regimes, stood toe-to-toe with superstars, and kept Monday Night Raw afloat during the most unpredictable of times. One thing is clear: his silence is strategic, not submissive. So when Pearce says watch what happens next, maybe we should. Because if Nick Aldis and Roman Reigns think they've won the game, they might be about to find out that Adam Pearce just changed the rules. Would you like a version of this formatted like a WWE news article or posted as a dramatic social media promo script?